Worship to me I really believe it's God's greatest gift to us as a mechanism for us to experience relationship with Him, both Him pouring into us and us out of our gratitude for His grace and mercy, coming back to Him, to the throne, saying thank you. And I think the root of much of the depth of our relationship with Jesus is found in thankfulness. And worship is gratitude expressed in a really beautiful, artistic way. I think there's something about music that I believe to be eternal. My great desire for our church is for it to be a place where anyone can walk through those doors and worship in total freedom, because they feel relationship with the people around them, and they feel like they are in a space that is conducive to them being free in their worship. And I don't mean, to me, that's not everyone hands in the air or singing really loud or whatever. That's, again, it could be hands in your pockets, or it could be on your knees before the Lord. I love that this church was rooted in people just having really authentic, transformational worship experiences. If I can think of one thing that I love about Christ Community, it's relationships. And we want to have a worship space where relationships are the focus. Both our relationships with the Lord, obviously, and then our relationship with one another. Because when we come together and we sing corporately, we're crafting an environment where people who don't know Jesus can come to the cross, and people who do know Jesus can come to the throne. Right now, the way our worship center is, we kind of have to have these different islands. And I feel like we have some aesthetic islands and we have some sonic islands. And so sonically speaking, the sound system that we have currently hits certain parts of the room much harder than others. And both from a loudness perspective and from a just sound quality, because we have different kinds of speakers set up in different ways. They're hitting different angles. And so there are a lot of dead zones right now where certain people are sitting in a place and they would have no idea necessarily, especially if they don't know sound, they don't know that they're missing the experience of hearing really high fidelity. The spoken word would be coming through much clearer if we had a sound system that was dynamic enough to hit everybody. But so right now people are missing out a lot on experience as they hear David preach, and as they worship together, they're hearing kind of like it's almost as if you were talking through a pillow, and you would still be able to understand what the person's saying, but the moment you removed the pillow, you're like, oh, there's the voice. That's the voice I'm listening to. This room was never designed to be a worship center. It's a gym. And so when you try to put a worship center in a gym, you're just putting Band-Aids on open wounds. I want all of us together to have lifelong relationships with Jesus that transform the legacies of our families. And I fervently believe that for us as a church to come around investing in this space will be a huge contributing factor to the church at large for decades to come.